What's going on, guys? Noobs here, and we had a Smash Direct today, and oh man, my mind is blown. So I'm here to talk about that, but really this is just the King K. Rool hype station, because oh man. But before we get to that, let's talk about everything else that was announced in this Direct. Starting with, this was leaked beforehand if you were paying attention, but Simon Belmont is in the game. Just a perfect fit. Just one of those obvious third-party inclusions. So great to see. And the opening trailer was so cool for this. I loved it. There was a bunch of Luigi in it too, kind of doing a Luigi's Mansion thing. And at one point he died. He's killed. Now, I don't think that this will carry through story-wise into the broader Mario universe. But it's kind of weird to see them just oh yeah, Luigi, he's a ghost now. Also, Richter, it will be an Echo character for Simon Belmont. A couple of good Echo fighters announced, Chrom and Dark Samus. Dark Samus, I guess, kind of whatever. Chrom from Fire Emblem, he seems popular, so good choice, I guess. I'm glad that they're doing these Echo fighters. It makes it feel like less of a ripoff when they're announced, rather than back when they would just pass off clones as new characters. Oh, speaking of which, they showed on the menu that these Echo fighters can either all be displayed separately, like full characters in the roster, or they can be sort of bundled up with the character they're copying from. Then we had a whole bunch of stages they showed off, and too many to go through, but they showed a new Donk City stage, and oh man. So it looked like if you, during the course of the stage, maybe bop each member of the new Donk City band, and then Pauline, then they will start performing the big Mario Odyssey song. That's just my take based on what was shown in the trailer. But man, I can't get enough of that song. That stage looks so cool. And they also showed that, they were talking about okay, for the N64 stages, we tried to stick to more retro looking graphics. And they actually showed Saffron City, which is the original Pokemon stage from the N64 game, which was my favorite stage back then. So that's awesome to see. They also showed the Hyrule Castle stage from the N64 game, my other favorite stage from that game. So it's great to see those coming back. And then Sakurai went into saying there's 103 stages in the game. Put that in context, the Wii U game had 56. 103 stages. It's crazy what they're packing into this game. I love it. He also said all stages are unlocked from the beginning. I don't know how to feel about that, considering they've already said that characters can be unlocked. It seems like between the two, the stages would be more the ones you have people unlocking and less so the characters. So I don't know the logic in that, really. Personally, the more stuff to unlock, the better, in my opinion. It's always exciting when you're ooh, a new stage to try. But a lot of just people who are in it for the multiplayer are annoyed by having to unlock stuff. So I guess it's a compromise. He said that stage hazards can be turned off, specifically showing that Mega Man stage from the Wii U game, which, that one in particular, so many people complained about. Whatever that big yellow guy is, drove me insane. So that is a big improvement. Very happy to see that. They announced Stage Morph. This looks cool. It's frankly pretty unnecessary, but you can pick two stages, and in the midst of the battle, you'll morph from one stage to the next. There were some other menu options shown. I didn't quite know what to make of them. They showed random morph. That's pretty obvious. But then they also showed an every minute morph. And I don't know if you'd be going back and forth between the same two stages, or if you could, say in a 5-minute match, morph between 5 different levels. I don't know. But just something I noticed in the menu there. Then we got into the music, all right. Sakurai was pretty pumped about this. 800 tracks, he said. Plus, if you add in different things for menu music and things, it's about 900. And in total, 28 hours of music. Personally, I'm not really a big game music person. I tend to just listen to podcasts and stuff. But that's amazing for people who care about that. And this was real wild. Definitely not something I'll be doing, or I think many other people. But he showed you can basically use the Switch as an MP3 player and listen to all the Smash tracks in portable mode with your headphones in. I don't know. I guess somebody out there is going to use that. Whatever. He also showed that you can set like your rules up, and then the game will remember it, which is awesome because like for me, I always use stock, like basically never use timed. So that's great if it's just going to be immediately available. Don't have to change that every time. I believe he also, Sakurai also listed out the order where you're picking your rules, then you're picking your stage, and then your characters, which is like almost completely reverse from how they've done it in the past. But it makes total sense. He explained you pick your stage, and that way you can pick your characters based on the stage because some characters are better on certain stages than others. As a big Link player, for example, I'm frustrated when we play a stage where there's no like levels for me to like kind of jump up and get under people, So it's good. It's smart way to do it. Oh, and also chargeable final smashes. This is a small touch, but this is great. I mean, for me, like I always turn items off, but final smashes are kind of their own thing, and it makes sense to separate those out from the rest of the items. I assume the smash balls are also in there as an option as well, but I think this is a great way to do it as an alternative. I'm not clear on how you charge up for the final smash. I assume it's like how much damage you're doing to other people. You can just have a big blowout. That's a guess, though. Okay, we got a bunch of like game mode options that look really good to me. So there's one called Squad Strike where it seems like it's a 1v1 thing where each of you pick either 3 or 5 characters to play as, and it's like a stock battle where you've got either your 3 or 5 characters. It's kind of a classic fighting game thing, I think, where a lot of fighting games where you can pick a few characters to fight with, right? But it makes a ton of sense here. It's great. And there's another mode here right after as well, Smashdown. This is, I think, maybe other than the characters, this is a real highlight for me. I'm not quite sure how it works, but basically, and it looked like you can do up to 4 people with this. You each pick a character, and then the next round, those characters are like removed so they can't be picked again. So if you play this long enough, you'll eventually be forced to play all the characters. So I love that as well. Between these two modes, both great ways to get people playing more variety of characters, which I think is just a lot of fun. I think, especially the Smashdown, it's a way to just casually have a bunch of matches and have a bunch of variety. Whereas some people, I think they just they have their main character and that's all they play as. This adds some fun, forces a little variety in there. He mentioned classic mode coming back, didn't really get into it, but it looked more like actual classic mode, whereas I think the WiiU game, classic mode wasn't really classic mode, was it? So this was like a series. He was like, each character has a series of fights that they'll go through, which sounds more like classic mode to me. No hint at those like bonus stages, if you recall from the original, the true classic mode. So we'll see. We'll see how classic it really is. Sakurai went through various items, assist trophies, Pokeballs. For me, the highlight was Alolan Executor. That is just the funniest thing to come out of Pokemon, maybe ever. I loved it. Looks like it acts as just this giant barrier in the stage, so that should be a ton of fun. I loved seeing that. Really interested to see that Shovel Knight will be an assist trophy. I mean, that's one, remember, people thought it was going to be like a DLC character for a long time, but it's good to see some representation there. Also, like some kind of Monster Hunter monster as an assist trophy as well. So it's interesting. They're getting more third parties involved with the assist trophies, even if they're not getting full characters. Monster Hunter, I could totally see, though, actually getting a character as well. Oh, and he showed off the Majora's Mask Moon as an assist trophy as well. That's wild. Okay, and then he left with this mystery. He was like, oh, we blurred out this one option in the menu that we're not ready to talk about yet. I mean, you speculate away there, guys. Personally hoping for like a story mode, hoping for a return of subspace emissary type of thing, but who knows? It could be anything. I mean, otherwise, the menu looked as confusing as ever. I mean, there were only a few options on the main screen, but there was that games and more just threatening me with probably, 24 modes hidden behind it, which he did not get into. Would have loved a peek in there. I think that's true for a lot of people, always wondering, what's going on with, like, break the targets and all these different things, right? So, still a lot to go there, a lot to be revealed. And then Sakurai signed off. And then we got just really like a short film, like just some true artwork. Wow. It was setting up, it was like Diddy Kong and Donkey Kong hanging out. Then they're getting creeped on. A silhouette of King K. Rool appears. Then it's King DDD just trolling them. He's laughing. And then the real King K. Rool appears behind DDD. And man, he just looks as deranged as ever. I love it. King K. Rool is in. One of my absolute top most wanted characters in Smash Brothers ever, right alongside, well, who? Dixie, another Donkey Kong rep, and Waluigi, of course, which everybody wants. But man, King K. Rool, he just looks so bonkers. All the footage and the screenshots that have come out afterwards make him look just like a maniac, and I love it. I love it. Finally getting some more Donkey Kong representation in Smash Brothers. Oh, how good was that trailer, guys? Anyways, that's everything that I found notable in the Smash Direct today. Let me know, guys, what you thought of the Smash Direct. Was there anything that I didn't mention that you thought was really exciting for you personally? I mean, I was kind of hating on the music a little bit, but for other people, that's a big deal. So interested to hear what you guys think as far as everything that was shown today in the Smash Direct, and what else are you still hoping for? Or do you feel like they've said too much at this point? Is this like too much? You want some surprises in your Smash Brothers? I don't know. Let me know in the comments, and thanks for watching.